Yo, what is going on, guys? SCJ here, back with another video, and today I want to talk about something I've been thinking about with the NBA season most likely returning, and that is who will be the 2020 NBA champions. So before the season got suspended, it seemed pretty clear that if both teams were able to stay healthy, the 2020 NBA Finals would be between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks were the best team in the league and were standing at the top of the East with a record of 53-20. The Lakers weren't much worse and were the best of the West with a record of 49-14. The Bucks were leading the league in both points per game and rebounds per game, as well as being third in blocks per game. When you have a man who had the nickname the Greek Freak before he even entered the league and before he put on a crazy amount of muscle, it's pretty easy to see the Bucks being so dominant in those specific areas. The leader in blocks per game were actually the Lakers, and the Lakers also led the league in field goal percentage. Just like the areas that the Bucks dominated, this is pretty easy to see and understand since the Lakers have two freak athletes, LeBron and Anthony Davis, who can be very physical on defense and slam the ball pretty much anytime they get it on offense. With that said, this matchup was building up to be an interesting one with how dominant both teams were, and for the fact that many wanted to see how Giannis would bounce back after him and the Bucks choked away a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals last season against the Bucks, as well as many wanting to see how LeBron would do in the finals. They wanted to see if he can get his fourth ring or just see LeBron back in the finals in general, which is something that was very normal to see last decade. In terms of each team's biggest competitor or competition in their respective conference, the reigning NBA champions, the Raptors, once again looked very good in the East, and in the West, the team the Lakers have a locker room across from, the Clippers, were the team's biggest conference rival. The Raptors had 46 wins while the Clippers had 44 wins. In terms of both teams, like I said, both had very good records and were playing tough basketball. However, I have different reasons for both teams as to why I don't think either of them would have beat the first-seeded team in their respective conference. In terms of the Raptors, they were dominating the East, winning 30 of their 40 games against the Eastern Conference opponents, and they were doing so with their great defense. That's very easy to understand with great defenders Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol, and of course Pascal Siakam on their roster. However, I simply don't think they'd have enough firepower on the team to beat, slow down, and outscore the Milwaukee Bucks. With coach Mike Budenholzer coaching the Bucks, they really remind me of a better version of some of those Hawks teams he coached years ago. The Bucks looked like a well-oiled machine this season, and unlike when Budenholzer coached the Hawks, he had a superstar and MVP to help lead the team. The Bucks simply were just playing great basketball this season, and I don't think anyone in the East was capable enough of stopping Giannis and the Bucks from making an appearance in the NBA Finals. Now, switching to the Clippers, they also were, of course, a very good team. They didn't lead the league in one particular category, but they were fourth in points per game and third in rebounds per game. The team has such a great roster and has such a deep bench group with guys like Lou Williams, Patrick Patterson, and Montrezl Harrell, just to name a few, all coming off their bench. However, the team just never seemed to get into a rhythm and groove this year and reach their full potential. The sad thing for them is that they actually were finally coming together and playing fantastic basketball before the season got suspended. They had just won 13 of their previous 20 games. However, with this long break in between play, will we see them get back to the level of play that they were at before the season got suspended? You would think they might, and some people would probably hope so, but sadly, we truly don't know until the season resumes. So now, let's get into the matchup that would have been, or still probably will be, our matchup in the 2020 NBA Finals, the Lakers versus the Bucks. In this matchup, I'd have to take the Lakers. Like I said earlier, the Bucks had a well-oiled machine running before the season got suspended, but to me, there's many reasons why the Lakers would or still will come out of this matchup with a title. The first is star power. The Lakers have the man I feel is the current best player in the league and second best player of all time, LeBron James. They also have the best power forward or best big man in the league, Anthony Davis. The Bucks have Giannis, and that's really it. There's no disrespect to any of the other players on the roster, but the only other all-star that he's got with him, Chris Middleton, is not a star or superstar such as LeBron, AD, and Giannis are. Plus, while I don't think anything bothers or gets to Giannis, he has never been on that stage before. LeBron has. Plus, we don't know how Giannis would be and if he would choke or fall apart once again, just like he did last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. Also, in terms of why they'd still win when the season resumes, the Lakers and their 35-year-old leader and best player, LeBron, will have just gotten 4.5 months off to recoup and keep themselves healthy and prepared to play playoff basketball. Of course, all of the teams invited to play in Disney World or wherever the teams will play will have gotten the same amount of time as the Lakers will to rest. But for a 35-year-old LeBron who has all the necessary equipment and money to rest and keep his body in good shape, a few months off will help him maintain himself and will only do good for him. Also, LeBron has always said that he lives and waits for the playoffs to roll around and maintains his energy in the regular season for that, as well as him and the rest of the Lakers saying they were on a mission for Lakers legend Kobe Bryant this season after he passed away. I don't think there's much that could stop that. LeBron was already in another zone this year with AD alongside him. He was averaging 25.7 points, 7.9 rebounds, and leading the league in assists with a career high of 10.6 assists per game. The King was simply sitting on his throne and was in his zone this season. And we've all seen LeBron when he's in his zone, and his level of play simply rises also. So those are a few of the reasons why I think the Lakers would have been and still will be the 2020 NBA champs once this season resumes. The NBA playoffs will be interesting and entertaining this season with so many new great duos to watch, and the level of competition hasn't been this good or this even among teams in a very long time. So I want to know what you guys think. Who do you think would have been the NBA champs if the season wasn't suspended? And who do you think will be crowned the 2020 NBA champions once the season resumed? If you like this video, then give it a like. If you want to see more NBA content and videos, hit that subscribe button. And I'm SCJ, and I am out. Peace.